Three, two, one, go!
One, two, coming off the top, y'all know how we do. Listen, I'ma drop a freestyle you can cherish. I'ma send a shout out to the host named Eric. Yo, he's never on some average shit. You know Eric, he stays loud and passionate. I'm about to break it down for y'all with the clever song. Yo, shout the host named Thomas, cause he's never wrong. And shout to John, you know that he's smart and quiet, unlike my freestyles, which cause a riot. I'm about to do it like this, cause the people love me. Shouts out to PHP the Ugly. It's called ugly cause it's not professional, but I'm about to come through and bless it with style. So let's do it when I'm spitting, I perfume the room. Yo, the segment of the show is called Doom and Gloom. That came from Thomas. Yeah, can nobody go beyond this? I get the mic and then I'm about to keep it like a promise. Yeah, and y'all know we fill them up with anguish. We talking about the PHP, the programming language. About to break it down, no exaggeration. What do y'all do for a living? Web applications. Okay, I can dig it. My words spray tight. They getting together on the Thursday nights. Yeah, when it comes to rhyming, you can call me the new dude. I spew true lyrics while y'all broadcast on YouTube. So let's get it. You know my lyrics are major. All up in the comments, they got plenty of haters, but they doing what they doing. Keep it ugly. We ending every show with the saying it's lovely. Let's go. Hey, shout out to y'all. Peace to the whole squad, man. Hope your channel is doing real well on YouTube. Hope you guys are having fun. And it was an honor and blessing to do this little custom freestyle for y'all. Hope you enjoy. Stay up. Yeah. Come on. Hey.
December 28th. Don't see now. I can't have you join me if you're gonna start it like giggling. December 28th. This is episode 365. With me is John. Hey, John.
Hello. I'm sorry. I happened to look over at Discord as soon as you brought me up, and I had a little giggle. So
You had a giggle. If this is your first time watching us, you're watching the PHPUgly podcast. We are a podcast that focuses on PHP, programming, community, and running a company. John and I run PHP Architect, and we do it with a great team. It's not just the two of us. You can be part of the show by joining us in our Discord, which is currently not on the stream because, reasons. There we go. You'll be part of the show by joining us in our Discord. Discord runs all week long. Great group of people in the Discord. But during the show, they keep the show running along, help suggest titles. This show that we speak so highly of is made a little better thanks to some sponsors. PHPStorm, honeybadger.io, and of course, PHP Architect, as well as some fantastic supporters on Patreon. We're going to talk about all of them a little later. John, did I miss anything?
no, I think you got it. I think you did a fantastic job there.
I do my best, man. I do my best. Do you realize this is show 365? We've
been doing it for a year.
We've done a year's worth of shows. If we did a show a day for an entire year, we would be right here, right where we're at. That's
Crazy
nuts.
to think about. It
really
is. I agree.
And on top of that, this is the last show of this year, 2023.
Wrapping
How
it
are you
up.
feeling about it?
2023 is a whirlwind. so much happened. I am excited for 2024 for lots of reasons, business reasons, tech reasons, conferences, just everything. I'm excited about it.
As am I. Yeah, 2023 is just nuts. It seems like tech was so long ago. Like we're already moved on to tech 2024. So I'm always catching myself saying, well, last year at tech, I'm like, no, wait, it's still just had it like this year, like a couple months ago.
Wait till next week and you can say that. Next week you can say last year at tech. And it won't bother you as much, because it bothers me too. It's like, but it wasn't last year, it was this year.
And I think you did the best to correct me. You said last tech. That's what I've been trying to start saying is last tech. But
so
yeah, it was.
I was laughing when you brought me on, because in Discord, which you mentioned, we talk in there all week. We released the tech schedule this week, and I'm sure we're going to talk a lot about that in a bit. But somebody pointed out the room names, and I put in a couple that we used last year. Excuse me, last tech.
Couple of days, John. A couple of days, you'd been right on the mark.
And then people just start throwing out suggestions for room names at Tech 2024. And I just happened to read Sarah's as you brought me on, because I said, wait, we could hold off and not name them until we possibly have sponsors for those rooms. And Sarah's like, this room's name's for sale. Picture your name here. Seriously, just give us some money. Come on.
That's about right.
Wait, why were there four room names there?
Yeah, somebody must have miscounted at some point, because we only do 3 tracks, right, John?
Yeah, we'll talk all about that in a bit. It's random. Hey, can I do the thing?
Do the thing.
Do the thing. Do you want to bring the thing? You don't even know the thing I'm talking about. You said
I have no idea what thing we're talking about.
You said I should do something live on the show.
Oh, right, yeah. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh, do you want to actually have it up on the screen where you refresh and you see it? Go.
Because yours is already there.
What's that? So what we're talking about is the December issue of PHP Architect magazine is finally been released. It is not live on the site yet, but so you see currently it's last month's. I will hit this button over here, and in theory, if you were to refresh that page,
boom!
Look at that.
Look at that, baby.
Generating efficient PHP. So this is fresh out. We did it literally within the last hour. So if you are listening and you download it now and you find mistakes, our normal people haven't had a chance to look at it and give us all the corrections yet. So I'm sure that it's, but some great content in here this month.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited about this month.
I didn't.
We do the print for last month?
Yep. It's still being processed, but
yeah, such a process.
It is. I did another thing.
What other things did you do?
Within the past 2 hours, I started. If you are a patron subscriber at $5 a month or more,
what?
If you had an account already, this issue is automatically bound already. It's already taken care of. It's in your account. If you didn't have an account, I created one for you. You're just gonna have to use the forgot password thing to reset your password. And again, this issue is in your account, ready to go.
Our Patreon supporters at $5 or more a month.
Yeah.
Now our official subscribers to the magazine, huh? Whether they like it or not.
That they are. Yeah, so it's not automated. It's not like if you sign up now, you'll get it. Basically, it's going to be for now until I can figure that part out. Every month, I'm going to have to download our current list, run it through a script, and we're good to go.
Did you update the rewards thing on Patreon so
Nah.
people know that they're getting it?
No, we will have to do that next. Hi, Grumpy. Can't wait to see you in May or April. Keep saying
Where
May 'cause
is
it's so
that
used to
at?
it.
Kastan. What is
Canuckistan.
that?
It's Canada. He's a
I
Canuck.
feel like he's being held hostage. If you're being held hostage, Grumpy, blink, and we'll come to your rescue.
So yeah, exciting. Getting things done. Loving it.
Always try. Always
Sorry,
try.
it's
We like to
taking
share.
me so long.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk. You want to talk some tech?
Let's talk some tech.
Let's talk tech.
He really wants you to come up there.
I need to get back. I want to get back up there. I got to get to Toronto. I owe my friend a visit. They had a kid and I mean to get up there, but I haven't. All right, let's talk tech. We're in a countdown now.
My
did you
heart
notice?
just started racing.
Did you notice I put this on? I actually put this on the tech site. I'm thinking about taking it off though, because I feel like it's too bulky on the tech site. But if you scroll down, it's there too.
Oh,
so I might take that down though. I don't know if I like it, but I have a secret location.
I like it and I don't like it because it immediately brings stress. Like there's so much to do and so little time to get it done.
Oh shit! No kidding, man. It's just, and like we're at that weird spot now. Like the talks have been locked in. All we're doing now is like hustling for money, like trying to get sponsors and obviously trying to sell tickets. But there's like nothing like there's very little to physically do, which is like that just builds this anxiety of okay, we got to get there. We're gonna get there.
Mm-hmm.
So
we will. We had the same stress last year. We'll get to that point.
We pulled it off. So let's talk about tracks. What happened with the? Let's go back here. Hold on. Let's take a look at this for a second. Oh, not that way. We'll go this way. Go this way, and go to schedule, which is now up. So we do have all the speakers. Nope. Check that. Not all the speakers. We're missing a keynote. We have another keynote that we got to get up here, but everybody else is up here, right?
Yep. Everyone has confirmed.
Speaking of ugly men, I mean Grumpy. There, he's right there. So the schedules, these are not completely locked in. There, you have an opportunity to download an app. If you're going to tech, there's an app you can download. You can mark your interest in talks. Based on that interest feedback, John and I might move some things around. But yeah, there's some issues here. There's 4 tracks, John. Why are there 4 tracks?
So we do a blind survey, blind review of all the talks, and we get a ranking of where they're at in order, right? And then Eric and I sit and take a ton of time and trying to figure out who we're going to actually bring out. And there's so many variables that go into consideration there, from international speaking. You want a good mix of seasoned speakers and new speakers, and just so much goes into it. Somehow, when I looked at last year's schedule and I was counting out how many 1-hour slots we had to fill, I convinced myself we needed 36. Nobody double checked me, Eric. So we chose 36 talks, and turns out we only needed 33, but we had already emailed all the speakers saying you're accepted. And I would feel really bad to say, psych.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. Can't bring it out. So we decided, we left so many great talks on the table that we could, and we had negotiated more space with the hotel this year for 2024. So we have additional space to use. We decided to create a 4th track. So we're not raising our rates. We're not charging the attendees anymore, but you have 4 talks to choose from. We're just trying to make it harder on you, basically.
You know what was funny about that is when we came to that decision, I was like, cool, because there's like so many good talks that just missed the cut. and now we'll be able to fill the spots, and we do that, and then I go back and look, I'm like, oh, like these are other, just like they just missed the cut. Like there's always like that next group of people that like just missed the cut. And
Yeah.
yes, Grumpy, I was very happy that your Neo talk is now in play. I'm excited about that.
We had to put it at the end because we were afraid people would get stuck in there. It's not going to get old. Not going to get old. They're not going to be able to exit. So, yeah, I do have that disclaimer on the schedule that things may change because we do seem to still be juggling things around.
Where are we at? So we shared last week the special swag GIF. I should have had it up. I don't have the picture available to me now, so I'm not going to worry about it. But it is another elephant for anybody who gets excited about that sort of thing, like myself. I enjoy collecting the elephants. Are we like at a point where we want to share who the other keynote is? Because I'm super excited about this person.
I mean, I'm fine sharing it. We don't have the title of their keynote.
Oh, that's right. We don't have the title. Well, we can wait. Yeah, it's somebody I'm excited because it's somebody I don't think who's ever spoken at a PHP conference before. I'm sure that
they have not. They told us
that conversation with them, and they're a really good speaker. So super excited about it. Real happy. But yeah,
I was happy you found them.
Got Corey's helping us out. So we recorded a PHP podcast yesterday with Corey. I forget the last name. Corey, help me out here.
Sorry. Corey Lint.
Sorry, that's it.
I was reading Eric Mann's message and I got confused.
Corey did a talk this year at Tech. See how I did? See what I did there? Touching the grass, or get out and touch grass or something. And
actually did two talks, but yeah.
Yeah. But it turned out Corey had some history in event planning and reached out to us and said, hey, if you had a great time at Tech, if you guys need any help with next Tech, let me know. And of course we clamored onto it. Yes, we need help. We have no idea what we're doing and we're scared.
She also did building a solid foundation.
Oh yeah, that was the other one.
So there's a technical talk in there as well.
I just remember they were wearing the shirt as well. Go out and touch grass. I'm like, now that's commitment. They created a shirt for their talk. All right.
So what happened yesterday? We recorded a PHP podcast, and I thought we were just recording locally, and all of a sudden, after we recorded, we find out it was on YouTube, both PHP.
It was being live streamed.
Yeah.
I mean, in all the years we've done this, I'm actually surprised that's only happened a couple of times. I don't know because I didn't hit the button. Did the button say start stream or did it say start recording?
I don't know how to use Restream. I thought you had it all set up and you told me to hit the button, so I hit the button.
Well, that was the weird thing about it. I did have it set up. I entered the studio. So if you're not sure what we're talking about, John and I, we use a service called Restream to kind of do these broadcasts. And Restream has a lot of features to it. One is obviously live streaming, which is like 90% of it, but you can also do local recording. So I entered a studio as local recording. And then I shared that link with you, John, and Corey. And apparently when you hit the button, it went like a live stream. So I'm like, well, what messed up there? I clicked on that link I shared with you, and it definitely said streaming. It was a live stream link, so I don't know how that happened.
It's almost like when you get in there and you make the changes to what you're streaming to or not. It's only for you locally. It's not the account in general. Mm-hmm. So it's like you changed it for yourself, but then I hit the start stream, and it was my settings at that point.
Oh, perhaps. Because I also noticed that it had that title you use all the time, that default title of learning coding or whatever it was.
We need to get back to that.
Maybe that's it. Well, we're going to be forced to get back to it here shortly, aren't we?
If we ever hear back from them, 'tis the plan.
Yeah, we should reach out. We also owe another client some paperwork as well, so we need to get working on that.
Yeah. Let me know what we need. I will work on it. So how was your holiday weekend?
Good. Kids all got together. So we didn't do the Christmas thing on Christmas Day. Matter of fact, we actually haven't even exchanged gifts yet. We did a family dinner a couple days ago. And then everybody's coming back out and we're going to do a gift exchange. So everybody's in town, NorCal kid, of course, SoCal kid. But getting everybody's schedules to line up is still a little bit of a challenge because everybody's adults now and have full-time jobs, and not everybody gets Christmas off. So we're still doing it, but it was great to see everybody. We had a really good time. I got a smoker. So I did get an early Christmas gift, which was a smoker, and I've been like smoking our meals. It's an experience. I mean, the food is really good, and the great thing about it is like it's really hard to overcook anything in a smoker.
Oh, really?
But you can trust me, I will figure it out. But
Yeah.
it's my wife had the best analogy for it. She basically called it the crock pot. What was it? Yeah, the crock pot for barbecuing. It basically.
Never heard of that. Like a slow cooker for barbecues.
It's very much like a slow cooker. Like everything takes like hours to cook and hours, but it's good. So yeah, that's been fun. Been my hobby for the last week or so is cooking stuff.
I liked your picture of you being dressed up for a meal.
You like that? I wore a tie.
That was great.
Now you used to have youngins, so how was your holiday?
It was great. They were up at 5 a.m., which the night before we're trying like stay in bed till 6, Nope. 5 a.m. They were up ready to go. Meanwhile, we were up till 1 o'clock, still finishing wrapping and everything, getting everything set up. But they came out, they had an absolute blast. We always do a nice breakfast, and then we head over to my wife's parents' house, and the kids just had a blast with their cousin running around. And then grandma always overdoes it, gives them way too much.
Oh, of course, that's their job.
But they loved it, and they brought it all home, and they're trying to figure out where they're gonna put it all. I got some.
Yeah, we used to. Good.
I got some cool stuff from my father-in-law. He likes giving shop type things for my workshop. So I got a new Sawzall because I don't have one. He's like, stop borrowing mine. And then just, odds and ends, like some gloves and hand cleaner and just stuff to go into my garage. And it's like a great gift.
Yeah, we established something with the kids pretty early that really helped us a lot on Christmas, which was they can wake up whatever time they wanted to wake up. They weren't going to open up gifts until everybody was awake, but they could have access to their stockings. And the current wife, who does all the gift stuff, would like really load up the stockings, so it would be enough to kind of keep them occupied for an hour or so. But
try that one.
Yeah, not so much. I do miss the little kids back then. Those days have moved on. Let's talk PHP though.
Let's do it.
Let's talk. What do you think? Well, first thing, I tell all the time, if you want to be part of the show, join us in our Discord at discord.phpugly.com. I believe I said that at the beginning. Not sure. Saying it now. And right off the bat, Kevin, was it Kevin? Yeah, Kevin in our Discord shared with us that PHP gained 3 spots in the, what's that called? Index? Tiobo index. So yeah, I guess PHP is moving up. And as we keep pointing out, as far as web programming languages go, yes, there's JavaScript. We all have had this conversation, but it's really PHP after that. And yeah, I mean, this other stuff is, yeah, it's what it is. And of course, C and C++ is 2 and 3. So cool. Yeah, PHP not dead yet. We keep trying to kill it.
Tiob
Kyobo?
index.
Kyobo
Whatever.
index. Yeah, it's the programming community index is the indicator. I don't know. I've never heard of this before, but I am fine getting behind it because it ranks PHP within the top 10. As long as it does that, we're good.
Now the question is, where do they get their data from?
I don't know. Maybe they just call around and ask people.
Yeah. They call
What are your thoughts?
people.
Actually, where are we at? Where are we at on time here? All right. So we did say we had some sponsors. Let's go ahead and get one of those sponsors out of the way because we do appreciate them. And then we'll be right back in a few seconds. We here at PHP Architect are happy to have partnered with JetBrains to talk to you about the industry-leading PHP IDE editor, PHPStorm. We use PHPStorm every day, allowing us to focus on our work and get it done quickly, all while helping us keep current with standards and good coding practices. PHPStorm is a cutting-edge IDE tailored for PHP and web developers. Whether you're a professional PHP developer or a hobbyist working on personal side projects, there's never been a better time to check it out, or to check it out again. With a slick, clean, new UI, blazing fast speeds, and enhancements, and a richer toolkit, it's transforming the way we code. Code like a professional. Visit jetbrains.com/PHPStorm and kick off your 30-day free trial. Start coding smarter, not harder, today. Thank you,
PHPStorm.
I'm pretty sure that was the non-AI version. I can't even tell anymore.
That was the non-AI version. I love that you can't tell.
All right. So PHP, what past 365 days or 300? We'll give it 365. What has been your take on PHP?
I still love what I do. I'm still learning all the time. I still get frustrated that I'm not learning enough, but there's just so much to learn and so much to do. You can't know it all. I think I'm mostly excited that there's still stuff to learn all the time. I have so much to change now with our Archie command. We use a tool that was created before we took over PHP Architect that we have enhanced a lot, called Archie, and it runs a lot of the magazine stuff. Actually does a lot of our accounting stuff now. It's a great CLI tool that we are maintaining. But now that my machine is running PHP 8.3, I have so much I got to go fix. It's like between all the deprecations and everything, it's like you got the deprecation of dynamic properties. That's going to bite me because
right. Yeah.
There are so many repos that were created before us where almost doing tiny little things. So go make sure I get those updated. Just a lot to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you, there's something wrong with me. I'm sure of it, but we have so many people who have moved on from being developers, and I respect that. They wanted to go to the next level or whatever that is. I don't understand it. I respect it. I mean, I'm not going to shame them for it, but it's like I cannot get my head around why anybody would want to do anything else. I say that because I'm in a very fortunate position where I get to work on some great projects. I could definitely see how that some coding could be a very mundane task of doing what felt like the same thing over and over again. But man, I do love coding. It is one of my favorite things to do.
With clients, not so much.
The clients can be entertaining. Yeah. I had a meeting with a client today who is a passionate person, which is great. They're very, very passionate about it. They are their owner of the company, first off. and they're in an industry that not too many people are in. It's a very kind of niche industry, but man, oh man, he is passionate about it, and it gets kind of tough. Like as a developer, I now understand people who talk to me and try to wrangle me in a little bit. I'm like, you have to do that with this person. It's like, no, listen, you're way out there in left field. No, you don't understand. This is what needs to happen. And it's like, he's a great guy. I mean, he definitely feels like he has the key to bringing peace on earth.
Yes,
And
he does.
It's wonderful talking to him, but yeah, he just kind of he kind of really gets into it. And it's just there's only so much you can process at a time. So that's always fun. But yeah, that's good. What else happened? Oh, Eric Mann, who's in our Discord or was in our Discord and contributor to PHP Architect magazine. He might have another job. I don't know. Who knows? But he became release manager of 8.3 this year. Maybe he became release manager last year and they just released this year. But he actually started doing stuff for PHP internals, which is managing the releases of 8.3. Him and another individual. It's not like he's doing it on his own, but that's exciting. I love seeing that. That's cool. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think? What do you see happening in the next 365 days with PHP?
Amazing conferences happening.
Amazing conference.
You never know. Actually, I do know. We're not doing 2 next year. That's for sure. I don't. I still keeping my I'm only focused on now, what I need to get done now. I haven't really thought about what's going to happen next year. There's just I've got multiple clients where I need to get stuff done. I've got a server I need to upgrade for one of our smaller clients. It's been on the back burner now for too long. We have a new site that we are developing for another small client, just waiting for approval on that. So it's just like between the magazine, the conference, and then all of these little tasks that need to get done, I haven't looked to the future. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I know. I was thinking about it. I think I talked about it last week. But I remember I used to feel like I had so much extra time to do all these extra little projects, and I am not feeling that way anymore. I'm like, I find myself just struggling to make time to do what needs to get done. And man, it's crazy.
Yeah, we're having a similar discussion, not around programming, but around keyboards in Discord this week. And I'm that old person that doesn't want to change. I tried using that Advantage or Kinesis Advantage 2 or whatever it was. And I felt like I gave it a good chance. I kept it on my desk for longer than I really wanted to. But man, it got to a point where it's like, I need to get stuff done. I started off where I just tried using it, and then a little bit after that, I was like, all right, I'll have it here so I can try it. But then I had a second keyboard connected where I could actually do work and get it done. And finally, just like, all right, I gotta take this off the desk.
So I think that's where I shine, because Eric Mann even brought it up. His he was using a split keyboard and was had moved on to a regular keyboard again. I went to the Advantage 2, which wasn't a split keyboard, but it was like this super ergonomically correct keyboard. And then I upgraded to the Advantage 360, which is a split keyboard. And dude, this is my life. I tell you what, as a guy, a bigger guy, that is, by bigger, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm fat. I'm saying I'm fat, and I'm wide and big hands. But to have this keyboard now and to be able to adjust it, and like it's so weird because like so often my keyboards, they won't like line up like this, like they'll just kind of like offset a little bit for whatever reason. That just feels more comfortable when I'm typing. I can use a regular keyboard. I use my laptop whenever I take it anywhere. I just don't like it. But what I was getting to is when I went to the Advantage 360, I was a horrible typist, but I was a horrible typist before. Like I never learned how to type properly. So when I moved to the Advantage 2, sorry, when I moved to the Advantage 2, these have the 360 and the Advantage 2 have these concave keys, and they're straight in a line. They're not offset. I forget what that's called. There's a name for that. But so I took the opportunity to kind of start teaching myself how to properly type. Now, I still don't do it correctly, but I'm better. And I'm actually better now with these keyboards than I was before I purchased the Advantage 2 keyboard as far as typing goes. But you say you guys were talking about keyboards at work. Was that the topic? Just the
No, in Discord.
Oh, Discord. Yeah,
Eric, in our Discord channel. It started before Eric, man. There's somebody in where was he at? Oh, he's in another country and I forget now. Sorry. Just asking questions about it, and he's at a point. He lives on a farm where he has to choose between buying a keyboard because they're so expensive or 6 goats to mow his lawn.
Oh, well, yes. Yeah, I don't know what the answer to that is, but yeah, there was definitely a learning curve for sure. I was surprised you didn't
Uruguay.
take to it.
He's from Uruguay.
Because you are a good typist. You're a good typist with a regular keyboard. So I thought for sure you were going to just go crazy with these.
I think I'm a decent typist, but not traditional. Like I can move and find my keys, but it's not like the proper fingers, where on the Advantage 2, it seems like if I used the wrong finger or trying to find the key, it just wasn't in the right spot for me.
Right. Yeah, I get that. Unfortunately, as a developer, you don't need to be a great typist. You don't type these paragraphs, but yeah. All right, where are we at on time? We're doing good.
38.
We got another sponsor I want to talk to you about, and that is honeybadger.io.
Thanks to our friends at honeybadger.io for sponsoring this podcast. Monitoring, like web development, can be complicated. There are tons of tools and techniques, but you just want to know that your app is up and that your customers are happy. When your customers encounter a problem, you need clear, actionable intelligence, not walls of charts and reams of logs to tail. That's why they built HoneyBadger, the monitoring tool we always wanted. A tool that's there when you need it and gets out of your way when you don't, so that you can keep shipping code, know when critical errors occur, and which customers are affected. Respond instantly when your systems go down. Improve the health of your systems over time, and fix problems before your customers can report them. HoneyBadger is the application health monitoring tool built for you, the developer who cares about a quality product and happy customers. Be the hero of your team and sign up for a free trial and start monitoring today at honeybadger.io. Setup takes as little as 5 minutes. See what you've been missing and fix it. Once again, that's www.honeybadger.io. Thank you, HoneyBadger. I need to re-record that because the www annoys me. How I say code at some point, I can't remember if it's that one or the PHPStorm one, but it needs to be re-recorded.
In our Discord, Ricardo is taking it in the opposite direction. This is another thing in our industry. Just people who use keyboards a lot. First thing, keyboards in general are like a whole thing. And there are people that just collect keyboards and the different buttons, and but they brought up first thing, the DOS keyboards, I swore by. That was my jam before I moved to the Advantage keyboards. The DOS keyboards were awesome, and he shared the ortholinear keyboard, which is the opposite of a bigger keyboard. It's like a super compact keyboard. There, like no function keys, no number keys on this thing. I'm not sure how you're supposed to use this, but very small. But it again has those linear key alignments where even though it's just a small compact keyboard, the keys are all in a line.
Well, I think that's what he's saying. Isn't it ortholinear? Isn't that what that means, or no? Ortholinear meaning it's not staggered.
Is that what ortholinear is what that's called? That layout is called.
Right.
I get you. Okay.
Yeah.
Are compact. Well, no, this says
you happen to
keyboards are compact yet fully functional. I don't know.
Whatever brand you're looking at, that's their ortholinear, but that's not a brand. It's the layout.
Gotcha. Yeah, I do like the ortholinear layout. It's something that I thought was going to take a lot longer to get used to, and I've gotten used to it very quickly. It's one of the things that trips me up now more when I try to go back to using my laptop keyboard, as I have to remember that the keys aren't straight up and down from each other.
Just a little staggered. They got a little drunk and kind of got messed up. It happens.
Occasionally. So I got a question. If I know we're on a time delay, so feel free to respond if you're still around, Grumpy. But whatever keyboard you're using the Advantage. You're using the Advantage too, right?
2LF, if that's any different.
So that's this one here. This is the one I was using before. So yeah. So this has the escape key up here in the corner. The 360 does not. There's no escape key. Or there is an escape key, but the escape key is on the cap lock key. Ironically, I used to remap my cap lock key to control. Where's that at? I used to remap this to control. And ever since getting this Advantage 360, I'm like, yeah, having that be the escape key makes so much more sense because it's right there by my pinky. So, like, why would that not be my escape key? So I've started remapping. So this has been now remapped to escape. The cap lock key has been remapped to escape. I'm just curious, Grumpy, do you remap your cap lock key, or anybody listening right now in our Discord, does anybody here remap their cap lock keys to anything else besides cap lock? Remap caps to escape to caps. Why not, right?
Now you guys are making me want to try that because I don't.
Oh, you've got to do it. It's a game changer for me because
my problem is I'm so used to just quickly going up to the escape key as I'm moving around. It's just that habit.
That muscle
memory. I guess I don't use the caps lock ever, so having them both escape for now would be fine. And then once I break myself of that habit, maybe
and having it right there, that pinky that sits on the A and just like sliding it over, it's nice. It's worth it. Give it a try. I think you'll like it.
All right, I will try.
You'll code less bugs.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
So that's not a Vim configuration. That's an actual keyboard change, right?
Yeah, that's a keyboard change. Yeah, so in your whatever your OS is, you just go in there and say, "Oh yeah, this is now escape."
Grumpy, what do you mean you're currently working on muscle memory to support home row mods?
Home row mods? What is a home row mod? I don't know. Let's all wait here for him to respond and see.
I mean, it's that muscle memory is such a hard thing to break. One thing I don't like about my new keyboard is needing to hit the function key for the functions for the F keys.
Yeah, I have to
turn
do
that.
that too.
I need to turn that off. I should do that. Should swap
What
that
keyboard do you have now? You have a DOS
back.
keyboard, right?
I don't. No, I swapped out for Keychron. That's what it is.
Keychron?
Yeah, the Keychron keyboard.
Yeah, keyboards and headphones seem to be like our comic book collections in our industry.
Well, keyboards also wear out and things happen. And I was having an issue, and I've taken the keys out numerous times and tried cleaning out inside the keyboard, but like a couple of my keys were sticking. So as I was typing, especially my D and S, it seemed constantly double or triple hit as I was typing.
Yeah.
It was just.
Is this what you're talking about? These here, these Keychrons?
Yep.
What brought you to the Keychron? Just out of curiosity.
Just tons of research. I forget what I really liked about it. So with this, you could buy just the case and then really customize the keys that you want. I didn't do that, but you can. I do like a full-size keyboard with a number pad and everything, so I wanted that piece. Stupid, but having media controls I like.
So media controls is something I miss for sure. So this doesn't. I did. It does have some programmable keys on here, and you can do like layers, which is a big thing. But I'm horrible with layers because I always forget what layer something's on. But I did have to map some volume buttons on this thing because I just depend on it too quickly.
Yeah. So it is that QMK. I don't know enough about it, but I think that's the programmable piece where you can have multiple layers.
Yeah.
I always get afraid I'm going to break it, so I don't go in there and mess with it.
Yeah, I've blown up my Vim configuration often enough where that doesn't scare me anymore. just
start over.
Start from beginning.
I think the one time I tried to do anything with the QMK thing, it was like you go through a web interface to connect to it, and it wasn't recognizing it. And I think at the time I was going through a KVM, and that wasn't working on this keyboard properly. I was having all sorts of issues. But now that I'm connected direct, I should try it again.
Yeah, probably worth it.
Yeah.
The issue I have with, and we're talking a lot about keyboards here, but the issue I have with this Advantage 360 is not only is it a split keyboard, but it's wireless. So the Bluetooth can really get flaky on this. I had a real problem with it on my Pop machine. And I eventually got in touch with somebody at the company who walked me through and gave me like a beta firmware release, which really helped out a lot. But even still today, and even though I moved back over to the Mac, it still acts a little flaky from time to time. And I know just in general, Bluetooth is just like a beast to work with. But
yeah, I know people that are diehard wired devices. I do like my keyboard being wired because that sometimes that delay in sending the keystrokes or whatever annoys me. But I still use a wireless mouse, and I don't really have that many problems with it.
All right, a lot of keyboard talk today. That was fun.
Yeah.
We did talk earlier about our great supporters on Patreon. Let me go and bring them up. And let's give them, since we have one more day or a few more days, last show of December. So I need to update this, probably update all the names as well. But thank you, everybody on Patreon. All these people on this list, yeah, they all subscribe to PHP Architect. Yeah. Not toot my own horn. That's how great PHP Architect is. All of our Patreon supporters are like, no, I need to get me some of that. And yeah, no, new reward level has been great. So yeah, thanks all our Patreon supporters. You can keep talking. I'm just gonna let it run. I don't see why not. Just leave it running for a while.
Sure.
What else we got going on? I know, like I have no side projects to work on except for like real work stuff, like either phptech.tv, PHP or the tech website, or it's like it's all like there's no like other things to do anymore. What is Kevin sharing here? What is this, Kevin? One of my biggest speed ups. Oh, we're still talking about typing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on from typing.
Probably smart. A good idea. I was gonna. If you are listening and you are speaking at PHP Tech, I screwed up on that survey. The speaker dinner is going to be Monday night. I will send a follow-up email at some point, but I'm excited about that. I keep screwing up on tech. It's driving me nuts.
It's fine. I thought that was funny because you always correct me on that, and I forgot what I was doing, and you're like, no, I was calling the company to set up the room.
The
I'm
speaker
like, hey,
dinner,
we're doing it this night, right? And you're like, no, like for the 15th time, no, we're doing it the night before. I'm like, oh, right. And then for you to mess it up.
Yeah. So Tuesday night is, we're going to be with all the attendees. I didn't want to like all the speakers to have to jet out and like not be there with people that are attending the conference.
Yeah.
So we'll do it.
Eric Mann,
Monday night.
You yes, for sure. You have time. I don't think you need
So no, to be fair, his original flight would have made it on time. I think he got bumped. What was it? Bumped once or twice, Eric?
I'm going to say twice because you asked.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was supposed to get there early enough.
Yeah, we that's our goal, is to make sure everybody we like gets there early. So if you didn't make it, maybe that's just saying something about your attitude.
No, I'll work with everyone on their flights, figuring out when they want to get in. Very accommodating on scheduling travel. Maybe a little too much. We should do Spirit red-eye flights and just say that's the way it is.
We'll get you there. It's going to cost us $15 and we'll get you there. That's something else we didn't really hype up that much. I don't know if anybody actually cares about it, but I was excited that we have a lot more international travel this year than we had last year. Like, I think double, right? Don't we have double the speakers?
I didn't look. I don't know.
Until John confirms, we'll just say triple the speakers coming in from out of country than we did last year. But yeah, a lot more international. I used the word international a little loosely because a couple are just our neighbors to the north. So yes, technically international, but if you can drive here, are you really international? I don't know.
Now, when I started looking at flights from Canada, it was very similar to the domestic flights. At least the couple that
hype us up, John, like you're going above and beyond. Don't make it sound like it wasn't really that big of a deal.
We are going above and beyond. Because you are correct. We at least doubled. Maybe tripled.
Yeah. I feel like that's all we talked about this whole show is tech. Can you guys tell we're excited about tech?
Tech and keyboards.
Tech and keyboards. Well, to our defense, it was a short week. Everybody's kind of winding down.
It's a weird week with Christmas being on a Monday. It's like makes this a short week. Kids are off of school. That adds this whole nother layer of what day is it? Because they're off doing stuff. Let's talk about PHPUgly time. Do we stick with this time, like 3:00 on Thursdays now?
I mean, I have no problem with this. For me, it's great because I still do all my post stuff right after the show for our people across the lake, and this makes it a lot easier for me. I'm good with this. We seem to have a good turnout in Discord and in viewership. I don't know.
Viewership is definitely higher. Our Discord comments. We normally have a few more people on later on Thursday night. It feels
no
like
buttery. I think maybe we need to check in with Buttery first, see what works for him. He's our longest listener. I think he should have some say on when we record.
Put a panel together. Sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm good bouncing back and forth, but I'm liking this myself. Yeah.
Let's try it for
SoCal Kid is
a few weeks.
just making more, giving us good reason to continue doing it early. I'm gonna pay for that later.
Yeah, let's try it for a few weeks and see how it goes. I like it.
I'm good with that.
Good idea. That works.
What else we got to talk about?
We'll have more next week. Let's get it
next week. We're gonna do a short show this week.
A little short. Get into 2024 and see how things are going.
2024. Yeah, I like to kind of start doing. Maybe I'll start live coding some tech TV coding. Just kind of encourage myself to actually do it. Sit down and do it. There's a lot of things we need to do. Oh, I keep waiting. I only remember to talk to you about it during the show, so I'm going to say it now. If you want to talk about it now, we can talk about it now, or we can talk about it later. I won't hold you to anything. But what are we doing with people who sign up for Tech TV?
And what do you mean?
So first thing, are we doing Tech TV for 2024?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you remember I asked that question, what are we doing with them? And then ask me again after we stop the stream, and I'll explain it to you.
All right.
So there will be a live stream to Tech. We encourage you to come in person if you can at all do so. That's where you really get the benefit of everything. And there are some wild cards with the live stream, like a fourth track that we have not equipped yet. We'll need to figure that one out, but we have some ideas on how to do the fourth track.
Yeah, and live streams are always hit or miss too. With last year or this year, earlier this year, they took 5G out, like the antenna on the hotel. I was like, they disconnected it. So for the first part of the day, we had no internet access.
That was the craziest thing. And we thought we had gamed the system because we brought our own internet. We had our own equipment to do internet, but it was over 5G. And like when we're doing the testing, we're like, this is working great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like the speeds are fantastic.
Little did we know there was a tower right there, made it great. And then
yeah, exactly. Literally on the roof of the hotel we're in.
And then they decided they needed to upgrade it or do something.
So that was fun. It's fun things like that. Always exciting to try to figure out.
But like you said, also the benefit of a conference is in person, networking, talking to people who create a lot of the packages that you use on a day-to-day basis, talking to the speakers, talking to Eric. He'll be there.
We talked about it. Corey Lent. We did a podcast with Corey Lent yesterday. That's one of the things we talked about was their experience. That was their first time speaking at a conference, and it was very exciting to hear the feedback that they gave us. When she was talking about the speaker GIF, I bubbled up a little bit. I'm like, that's so cool. So we'll get that out. If you don't subscribe, there is another podcast called the PHP Podcast on PHP Architect's website. You can subscribe to it there. I need to get the audio version out. We had some video issues, as we were talking about earlier, that I need to kind of work through and figure out if I'm actually going to release the video version. Not that it matters. It's not like we're showing a bunch of stuff. It's just 3 of us talking. So I'll probably release it either way. But I'll get the audio version out for everybody. Give it a listen. If you're questioning why you'd want to go to an in-person conference as opposed to just watching it, And along that same lines, let me share this again. John did the thing he did last year, which was created a whole convince your boss letter, which I then moved over to Google Doc. So if you're looking for some encouragement on how to approach a manager or a boss to get them to pay for your trip to tech, go ahead and give this a letter. If you like it, click on the Google Docs, and then you can come over and you can make your own copy and edit. Obviously, I can edit it because I own this thing, but you make a copy and then you can edit your own version. Yeah, it's just some good ideas on talking points and why it's beneficial to actually go to a conference as opposed to not going to a conference at all, or just watching a stream for a conference.
Yeah, so in there, if you are going to do that, it's going to pull that up. There's that table there of costs. You can actually obviously customize that to whatever is going to cost you, right? Your travel is going to be a little bit different. We try to give a range of what a typical flight is.
Mm-hmm.
Hotel, obviously, depending on how many nights you're going to stay, could change. The food one was tricky. We do provide lunch during the conference. On Tuesday and Wednesday night, we often provide something small like pizza or something during game nights and the social events. It may or may not be considered a full meal. It depends on how much you want to eat.
Also, this year we upgraded so that they get breakfast as well.
No, we did not.
Yes, we did.
If you stay at the hotel,
yeah. If you stay at the hotel, you get the breakfast thing.
You'll get the breakfast buffet. For some reason, I thought that was speakers only, but you're right. We did do that for anyone staying at the hotel under our room block.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's the other key thing. You've got to book through our room block to get that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So
yeah, lots of meals are included, but yeah.
So that may change. Yeah. The ground transportation free from the hotel to the airport and back, vice versa. And then a train ride downtown is so cheap, $5. So take a free shuttle to the airport, jump on the train, you can go downtown, explore for $5.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal.
We're hoping to get some ideas of things you can do, downtown from the train, just to kind of, because that's some of the feedback we get. People come from out of town, they don't know where things are, they don't know what they can do, and how to do it. So this year we're going to try to put together a little something to kind of give people an idea of, here's how, this is something you can do, here's how you get there, here's what it would cost. So it's fun stuff.
The last tech, I went on a complete circle of travel. It was crazy. I was taking back our equipment.
You learned there's a couple of trains now.
Yeah,
you know that.
Yeah, there's, and they're called the same thing, or they have the same stop, but two different trains. That was not fun. So just go to the airport and take that train. Take you right downtown.
That's the easiest way to do it.
Actually, the other one took me downtown too. I didn't get to meet up with the people I thought I was going to meet up with.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If anyone has any thoughts or opinions on the tech website too, we're always open for things we can update or change. We are not designers, so Eric has done an amazing job in getting it set up. And then I go in there and I screw things up quite a bit.
Yeah, I thought you did great. No, this isn't. We're talking about tech TV, or we're talking about tech, not tech TV. That's the one. That's the one things go sideways on.
Yeah, I mean, I've screwed up this one as well a few times. I just won't tell you about that.
Didn't notice if you had. Yeah.
So,
all right. I think that's going to do it for today. Got a few things I'd like to get done before the end of the day, and yeah, this has been fun. I think we'll make this a regular for a while, for at least for the next couple of weeks. We'll do a 2 to 3 stream. Probably 3. I mean, 3 seems to be a good spot. But I'm leaving it open that we may be bounced around a little bit. Let us know if you're
Especially after
listening
we
to the
talk to
audio
Buttery.
podcast. Yeah, we got to get sign off on Buttery. He'll let us know what's acceptable. If you're listening to the audio podcast and you've always wanted to join a live stream and you're just realizing that maybe you can actually join a live stream now because we're not streaming at the middle of the night wherever you are, come and join us. Keep an eye out on our Twitter handle and join us in our Discord. Besides that, I think that'll do it. That'll wrap it up for 2023, episode 365. I'm Eric.
I'm John.
Keep it ugly.
Keep it ugly.
1, 2, 1, 2. Coming off the top, y'all know how we do. Listen, I'ma drop a freestyle you can cherish. I'ma send a shout out to the host named Eric. Yo, he's never on some average shit. You know, Eric, he stays loud and passionate. I'm about to break it down for y'all with the clever song. Yo, shout the host named Thomas, cause he's never wrong. Yo, shout to John. You know that he's smart and quiet, unlike my freestyles, which cause a riot. I'm about to do it like this, cause the people love me. Shouts out to PHP the Ugly. It's called ugly cause it's not professional, but I'm about to come through and bless it with style. So let's do it when I'm spitting, I perfume the room. Yo, the segment of the show is called Doom and Gloom. That came from Thomas. Yeah, can nobody go beyond this? I get the mic and then I'm about to keep it like a promise. Yeah, and y'all know we fill them up with anguish. We talking about the PHP, the programming language. About to break it down, no exaggeration. What do y'all do for a living? Web applications. Okay, I can dig it. My words spray tight. They getting together on the Thursday nights. Yeah, when it comes to rhyming, you can call me the new dude. I spew true lyrics while y'all broadcast on YouTube. So let's get it. You know my lyrics are major. All up in the comments, they got plenty of haters, but they doing what they doing. Keep it ugly. We ending every show with the saying it's lovely. Let's go. Hey, shout out to y'all. Peace to the whole squad, man. Hope your channel is doing real well on YouTube. Hope you guys are having fun. And it was an honor and blessing to do this little custom freestyle for y'all. Hope you enjoy. Stay up. Yeah. Come on. Hey.
We need his career to take a little bit of a nosedive, and like when he gets back like on Cameo, we can hit him up for another song.
I gotta see if I can just reach out to his people, since I have their contact information from the first time we did it.
Oh man, I'm sure his people have changed hands a couple times over by now. Guys, a player. Yeah.
Oh, that's why those. As you were doing that, I was wondering, or as you were showing your screen, I was wondering why we had so many empty holes in the schedule.
I saw that.
So I have to manually confirm these because they were originally declined.
Oh, okay. I was like, I was flipping through. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't remember all these holes before. Well, where did these come from?
All right, that's updated now.
This is updated. Let's take a look at it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that looks better.
We still have 2 30-minute slots we need to figure out. It's TBD.
Yeah, the 30-minute slots or whatever. How do we end up with 2? Because we already had 3. Oh, we moved one to Tuesday, right? Oh, I see what you did. Yeah. Okay, all right. And then we're doing that's what we forgot to talk about. If you're still hanging out with us, all 11 of you. So yes, we have a 4th track. Tuesday and Wednesday we have the 4th track. Then we're going to use that 4th room as our uncon room. We'll talk about we'll talk about that more next show about what an uncon is and why you should be interested in that. Yeah, we need to remember to bring that up next week.
If only there was a way to do that.
Yeah, you're right. Good point. Let me put that in there now.
Already doing it.
Oh, okay.
Uncon discussion. Already.
Yeah, man, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I like the early show for sure, especially when we start doing it, but I have to remember So typically when we record at like 9 o'clock at night, around lunchtime today, I would start doing all my prep work, like getting the social medias planned and updating Trello, putting the announcements in Discord, all that other stuff, and then. But when I do it the same day, I've been trying to remember to do it the night before. So when we record early, I try to do it the night before. But I forgot to do some things, so I'll just have to update my to-do list, fix all
I was
that.
gonna say, do you have a list of things that you do? And let's see what we can automate.
Yeah, so I do, and I have that on my list. I also have on my list to automate the post-production because, like, the creation of the show notes is a script. I found API endpoints to Simplecast. What's that? Is Simplecast what we use? Yeah, Simplecast to upload the stuff, and the tool I use to clean up the audio. I have API endpoint for that I test the last couple of weeks that works. So I can probably get most of my post stuff done with a simple script as well. I just need to sit down and do it again. Just finding the time to write all these extra little things. I need to really, and I know I'm behind on this, like everybody else has figured this out, but I need to figure out how to use these PHP libraries that interact with ChatGPT. So like for like the social media stuff, I could just say, okay, here are all the details about the show, create some posts, and queue up the post. But I'm not there yet. And I have a love-hate relationship with ChatGPT. Like, I use it, and I like having it, but I also don't want to be that person who, like, oh, I have to do everything through ChatGPT now. I'd like to have some of my personality shine through. How's my video today? Any better?
It was much better. Did you change something or?
I just rebooted. I rebooted earlier.
Made some dinner last night.
Oh, you did the sushi thing again?
Yeah.
Can we make that bigger?
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah. There you go. You like your little sushi recipe, huh?
Problem is, it's not a single recipe. Like, I just throw a bunch of ingredients together, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like putting carrot with mango, not so great. It wasn't terrible. I still ate it, but
better. I'm the same way with the smoker. Like we're you have your bindings and your spices you have to put on stuff and your seasonings, and I'm just like, I tell back, I'm like, yeah, just wing it. We'll figure it out. Most of it burns off. You barely taste it, but it does make a difference.
And it's not going to be so bad that you can't eat it most of the time. That's kind of where I'm at. Like the kids are going to be a little more picky. Like they may not, but like that one, I was like, sure. The problem is they didn't eat it, which meant I ate way too much. I was so full last night because it's a crap ton of rice, right?
Yeah.
Good stuff though.
Good for ideas, Kevin.
Enjoying trying new things.
Quick common stuff, for example. So yeah, we should talk about that on the show. But yeah, Kevin, I stopped using Copilot, ChatGPT, even the JetBrains AI. I don't really use it for coding. I will reach out to it if I'm trying to figure something out and try to get an idea of how it would recommend to do something. But like when a Copilot first came out, I'm like, I'm never gonna have to code again in my life. I'll just do comments and start typing and let this work for me. And I stopped doing that. It's just like it really got in the way pretty bad. Yeah, but I use ChatGPT frequently. We've talked about it on the show in the past. I am not very good at explaining myself, and ChatGPT really kind of to be that sweet point where I can like puke out verbs or words, and then ChatGPT will try to respond, and then I'll tone what my request is a little bit more, and I just kind of go around with that.
Yeah, I shared with you on the other podcast that I don't use it often, but I fired it up yesterday or earlier this week, asking it for some ideas for speaker gifts for tech.
Oh, you never did share that list with me.
Oh, was I supposed to do that?
Yeah. I mean, unless you don't want to. I think you said most of it wasn't very good.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It's great suggestions. It's just a matter of I want a good practical versus cost-effective gift, and I still like the tumblers that we gave last year.
Yeah,
because that's something that if somebody uses something like that, they can use daily or often.
And again, Corey made me feel better about it. I was very self-conscious about the tumblers because like nobody said anything about it. Nobody walked up and said, "Hey, thanks for the Yeti. This thing's awesome," or try to flex it, like on Twitter or social. And I was looking, and nobody said anything about it. So I'm like, damn. I guess I thought it was an awesome gift, but so it was good to get the feedback from Corey.
I don't think I've ever like tweeted about gifts I've gotten in the past. Like,
no,
I don't think so.
I guess
I can't remember, but
could be a little like kind of. Yeah, I guess I could kind of see why it's like, hey, not everybody here got this. Maybe we shouldn't talk about it.
Since I had ChatGPT open after doing the speaker gift thing, which I just shared with you in Slack, I was also doing that convince your boss template, and I could not get that stupid table centered properly with Tailwind because I don't do front end. So I asked ChatGPT, and I was like, "Here, do this." And I'm like, "Sweet." It worked.
Yeah. So, yeah, you were on the call when I was explaining to Corey all the calculations I do for the social. That all those was through ChatGPT. I'm like, hey, how do I make this calculation in Google Sheets to do this? And it did it, and I'm like, perfect, thank you. Especially like the conditional formatting on length was the one that I'm like, there's got to be a way to do this. So yeah, I do use it for that. Yeah, you're right. There are a couple of there's a couple of decent ideas on here. Number 8, I think, would be cool if we could get our logo on it.
If you're currently listening to us or listening to us in the future, jump into Discord and give us any ideas you can think of for speaker gifts.
Especially if you were a speaker. I know we have a couple speakers that were in Discord. If you're still around listening, like what gift did you get in the past where you're like, wow, this is cool. I like this. Because you won't be getting that from us. But we'd like to at least have an idea of where the bar is set.
Actually, French onions. Actually, also some terrible ones. Like, what did you get that you didn't like?
Good point. Yeah.
Please don't say Yeti tumbler.
Who was that? Damn it.
Who was what?
Don't say Yeti tumbler.
Oh, no, that was me.
That was you saying that. Okay.
Me. Please don't say Yeti tumbler.
I was about to kick somebody out, man.
Alrighty.
All right. I am going to go do a few things.
Yep. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us.
Thanks, everybody.
On this earlier time.